So thanks for joining the call. This is a special time. I understand if you cannot watch it live. I appreciate if you do. So today is about Lead Finder Jack, and we're going over how to do certain things. If you have watched the webinar, the previous webinar about Sales Dynamite Jack, we did that on a certain way. We announced the topic. I demoed how it works. You could ask quick question and we jump to the next one. In that way, you have a nice replay, and I can make short how-to section. Everybody see the screen well? Because I got from Terry something else. Okay, so next slide. So before I go in a how-to section mode, I want you to show what you need to do for Sales Dynamite Jack. So you enter the license, you collect the data, you perform a dig deep search, you export the CSV, you update the email template, you start the campaign and track results. I'm going to do this. It will not take more than 5 minutes, but I like you to experience what it takes to execute Lead Finder Jack in relation to Sales Dynamite Jack. Okay? So let me enter license email. Options. So let me copy and paste this in a text file so I have it on the second screen what the steps are. Okay, so I'm going to over to Lead Finder Jack, switch the screen. The first step is collect. So we're going to do plumber and then Miami, United States. You can select any country and perform a search. Okay, it's going to ask which state, and it collects the leads. So if you see in the bottom 28 companies, it collects the leads. Okay, so can I do one city in local biz? Not at the same time. You can only do one city at a time. So it has collected 131 companies. So it's still running. And you will see when this sign is changed to dig deep, you're going to collect the detailed information. So that dig deep button is showing now. I click on dig deep and it automatically go to the search screen to dig deep all detailed information. So the next step is export CSV. So assume you give this time, you go to the campaign screen, you select the campaign you did. I did the other day Plumbers Boca Raton. I export it. Then I click on local team Jack. It asks for the demo URL and I click OK. Then you get an Excel file, a CSV file, and that CSV file you upload it inside local team Jack. Okay, so then the next step is email template. You're going to the membership site. You go to BizLead Finder, and then the last section is about the email templates. You copy this in a text file. Then you go back to Lead Finder. Go to emails, template, create. You give the name. So webinar demo, webinar demo, sales dynamite Jack. Okay, so now you copy it from the text file in the body, and the subject line you copy it in the subject, of course. You have to insert tokens, so you cannot copy and paste tokens. You have to insert tokens. So company first name, the demo URL, insert your name, then your phone number. Best is to use a tracking phone number, so you have a measurement. And you click on save. Then the next step is to start campaign. You select auto select emails and you click on start campaign, and it automatically gives how many campaigns, how many emails are scheduled. So if you click on start campaign, it would get started. In the emails you can show on the dashboard what is running. And in the tracking, you can see how it is opened. Okay, and enable to see the tracking results. And I forgot it again. You go to templates, and then for that you have to enter email track. Okay, and open track invisible 1 pixel image. That's a good one, and click on save. So, back to the presentation. Now, I want you guys ask a question. How many of you guys is English your native language? Enter yes and no. Yes, yes, yes. So, do you feel you can speak English? Do you really feel you can speak English? Okay, so how many words contains the 20-volume Oxford English Dictionary full series? How many words? Okay, 171,000. Okay, so may I do a guess, or you may guess how much a well-experienced person, how many words they know? 1,000, that's my level. 2,000, 10,000, 5,000, 3,000. So how many words a college educated people average now is 17,000 words. So an experienced college kid knows about 10% of all the words that exist. Okay? It is about the same for Lead Finder Jack. By purpose, I showed you what you have to do for sales the Dynamite Jack. There are certain steps within the program you do. But Lead Finder Jack is so much more. It's just like a dictionary, okay? It is, let's see, you don't need proxies, so that's a good thing. You don't need to know that, but it has features like email open and click tracking. Local BIS works in any country, and Home Advisor search for whole USA. Now we added Sales Dynamite Jack. So we are going now over each feature. But I want you to understand that you don't need to know them all to start using Lead Finder Jack. Does everybody get it? Because you just said I can speak English well, okay? You know about 20,000 words if you're very smart. But it's only 10% from all the words they exist. The same is with Lead Finder Jack. There are so many features, you will never have to use them. Some of you want to use them, and they exist. So I don't want you after the webinar say, hey, Lead Finder Jack is complicated, because it is not. You have to do certain steps to use it, and those steps are very easy. But you don't need to know everything. But I'm going to show you everything now, so in case you need them, you can look them up, okay? Do we have an agreement? I don't want after the webinar here it was too complicated, because you don't need to know them. You don't need to know them to use Lead Finder Jack, okay? So there are mainly 4 ways to collect leads. It is Local BIS, Home Advisor, Google AdWords, and organic Google SERP. I'm going to show you those 4 ways. Now I'm changing screen to Lead Finder Jack. So this is Local BIS. You enter the niche like barber. You enter the city and you select the country. If the country is not shown, because we only show 5 countries, you go into Settings, click on Pre-select Countries, and then you can select which country you want to show in the drop-down box. And on top of that, you can select which default country you want to show. So go back to Local BIS, you enter Barber, Miami, and you click on Search. So that is the first way, which is very advanced and very quick. There's no quicker way to get to collect companies. So the second one was Google AdWords. For that, we go to Campaigns. We create a new one, and we call this AdWords Webinar. Now we're giving keywords in, like barber and Miami. Okay, Miami. Add location, and you select the country, and you click on Save. Now you go to Search. You select it. It is probably pre-selected, but you can select it if it is not. You search in Google. You're going to say, I want 2 pages, so the first page and the second page. So in total you get about 20 ads maximum. And then you say, I want to go after ads. Everybody get that? Search in Google. I want to go after ads 2 pages deep. Once you have set on those settings, you click on search. You can do more pages, but most people, most ads doesn't have more than 2 pages. You can do 3 pages, okay? But if the page 3, 4, 5 for ads doesn't exist, it doesn't help you. So that is how you target Google Ads. The third option was Google SEO as the natural search. So again, you create a campaign, you call that SERP. Now we do again Barber, then Miami. You select your country and you save this. You go to search, you select your campaign. I want to search in Google. Now I want to, let's say, 10 pages deep, and I want not ads, I want organic SERP. You guys see that? Instead of ads, I want organic search. And now I spelled Miami wrong. So I go to the search keywords. Miami. I think it's pretty good. So then close this. And now I click on search. So click on search Google. And then I click on organic SERP. And I go 10 pages deep, and then I click on search. So that is if you want to go after the URLs which are related to natural search. And what was the fourth method? I forgot. Let's see. Home Advisor. Okay, so let's stop this. Home Advisor. So this is actually very easy. So you can go to search one niche in one city. So let's do Florida. Florida. The city Boca Raton. And now I can select all the niches who are within Home Advisor. Let's say solar, and get the companies. Now it collects all the solar companies in Boca Raton, and there are 10 companies. And then it automatically jumps to search. So if you let do lead finder jack, you don't need to do anything. So stop search. The second option is all niches in one city, Florida, Boca Raton, and now it doesn't ask me which niche because it already knows that you want them all. The third option is select one niche in one city, select one niche in one state. So now if I go back to, what did we do, solar? So now it not only get the solar companies in Boca Raton, it finds all the solar companies who are advertising on Home Advisor in the state you selected, and it collects them. So it's all automatic. Okay, let me stop this. And the most powerful feature I think you have ever seen is one niche in all states. So if I do solar and I click next companies, it finds all the solar companies in all 50 states do advertising on Home Advisor. Okay, so this concludes the main options to in Lead Finder Jack. So now it's time for a little break for me, and you guys can ask a little question before we jump to the next how-to training. Can I enter state in place of city? No, not in BizLead Finder. Would you create tokens for your own information? Tokens we haven't covered yet. We will jump over there. What is SERP? Natural SEO. I wonder if there was a way to create ad hoc dummies, but I guess can add a CV. Okay. Will you discuss reference USA? No, I will not. That has not been released. Okay. I get questions which are not related to what I show, so I'm going to the next topic. So the next topic is about dig deep. The general options are search reviews, search mobile, yes or no, research options, and manual domain. So let me go to the dig deep. If I go to search, you will see there are options. Search reviews. So while he's digging deep for company information, you can select if you also want to collect the related reviews which are posted on Google+. The next option is search mobile. If that is selected, it will also test if that website is mobile responsive, yes or no. The third option is research companies. So assume you have run the campaign for 50% and you want to continue the next day. There are options that you can select. Skip search domain page when already done. So that is the one you want to select if you want to continue where you last time left. And then skip research details when already done. So if you want to, if not only domains, but it also dig deep all over those domains, you want to select. So typically you want to have those selected by default. You can also say stop research when the phone number, if you only after the phone number and it has found the phone number, you can select that and then it stops with finding more data because it already found the phone number. Or when the email address has been found. If you want to say, I want at least one email, and if that email has found, it continues with the next company. Or when the URL has been found, and that is typically what I do, because it typically finds the most information on the website. So if you go to the SERP, I want to show you one more thing. So this screen has changed a little bit, the search screen, is a little bit depending on the campaign, but there's also manual domain. So if you say, I have a couple of domains which I also want to execute a dig deep search, you can say domain 1.com, comma, domain 2.com, and you can add those. And when you add those domains, it will also execute the dig deep functionality for those domains. So let me go back to the presentation. Search reviews, search mobile, research option, and manual domain. So this concludes this how-to section. Any questions about only this section. Do you add HTTP to manual domain? No. Where can I enter phone number or email? It is not found by lead finder. I will show you. How do I turn off search reviews? It is by default off, and in the search screen you can select on or off. How do I search Google+? It's same as it does it more or less by default, Jim. It does it almost by default, but the dig deep search also look at Google+. So after the search we need to go back to campaigns to see results. Yes. What is the difference between Google local biz search, Google search results? Local biz is after businesses, local business. Google search can be what is not biz related. Give me some keywords what are not biz. Amazon, for example, or which keywords? You can enter so many keywords in Google search, which you can see does my website rank. It doesn't need to be business related. So if you are after searches for business related, you want to use local biz. If you after a home advisor is a very good one, and if you want to see if they spend money via AdWords, you're going to use the AdWords feature. I hardly use any other search module. So local biz is the most complete database. So let me jump to the next topic. So let me. I think we already covered this. Dig deep search for local business. When you do the local business, it already automatically jumps to the dig deep if you click on dig deep. The dig deep for home advisor, it also automatically jumps to it. Dig deep search for AdWords, so you want to select Google and search for ads and 2 pages deep. Dig deep search for organic for Google, so you enter keywords and the city, and typically you enter a couple of more pages than 2. So this concludes the dig deep search. So campaign screen. How many keywords? I would not do too many, 3-4 keywords at the same time. I think you can do 20, but it will take a longer time and it will find a lot of same companies. So campaign screen. The campaign screen has many options. Okay, so I'm going to show you the create function, the modify function, the email function, the remove and the clone function. Let me go to Lead Finder Jack. Here the campaign. So I can create a campaign like webinar demo, and it kind of keyword demo, then location. You select the country and click on save. For local biz and home advisor, it automatically creates a campaign, so you don't need to do that. But if you do for AdWords and SERP, then you have to create that. You can modify an existing campaign. Let's say I didn't want demo as keyword, so let me remove that keyword. I actually wanted barber as keyword. I click as add keyword and I click on save. Emails. So remember when we did that Sales Dynamite exercise, we created the email template, you link that email template to the campaign and you click OK. And you can also say after 3 days I want to send my second email, and now not after 5 days, but I like to have it sent after 3 days, and I click OK. Now say I don't want to have such long list of campaigns, some I never use. You can select that and you click on remove. Okay. Now actually I like this campaign from Plumber Bogoton, but or that AdWords campaign actually. Where is my AdWords campaign? And let me clone that. Now let me modify it to AdWords new, and I save it to roofers, but I also want roofing as keyword, and I want Fort Lauderdale. So I start with the original campaign and I can even make changes. Now if you go to Barber Fort Lauderdale and you modify, I don't know which one I did, or AdWords was it, AdWords new, modify, you see I got a new campaign. So this concludes those 4 buttons. We covered create, modify, emails, remove, and clone. Okay, so you don't need it too much. You only need to schedule those emails typically when you use LocalBiz and HomeAdvisor, but you can do a lot also with it. How to add our email to the email campaigns. That is coming. Please only ask questions where we spoke about it. Is HomeAdvisor some sort of natural listing or in USA? Yes. If you don't know HomeAdvisor, don't care about it. Okay. LocalBiz is the only one you can use autoresponder for all campaigns. Now you can. Let me go back to Lead Finder. So AdWords new, I click on AdWords and I say I want to have this email scheduled and I want to follow up other email, and I click on save. And for this campaign, Plumber, I want also select emails. I want social media and the other social media, and I click OK. And now those 2 emails are connected with the campaign. Does any of the data get duplicated? The search data? So let me say in search there is an option. You can store by keyword and location, and you can store by campaign. So let us say I don't want to have one search result related to another search result for my campaign. You store the information with a campaign. But say if company A is found in campaign 1 and company A is also found in campaign 2, it doesn't matter. It's the same data. So why do I need it searched twice? So you share that information. Okay? So that's an option. How many emails can you add to the campaign autoresponder? I don't know. I think as long 10 or so, it's not limited, I think. If you click on emails, the days, so let me add another one. So 10 days are after the previous email. 5 days after the previous email. So this is not 10 days after the first day. So that's the thing what you, number of days you sent after the first, after the first email. Okay, so it is actually after the first email. So if I click on Realtor, click on this, number of days sent after the first email. So 15 days after the first email. Okay, so let me jump to the next topic. I know it's a lot to consume. So now I'm going to go after the filter option on the campaign scheme. You can filter if they rank for certain keyword, if they rank on page 0, so if they rank on the first page, if they rank in places, or both. And you can filter for a certain city. So let me show you that in Lead Finder Check. So on the right hand side you see all those selections. Okay, so you can do if you have that search campaign, nothing is showing, but if you had execute and dig deep search, you have data, and you can say for that keyword I want to know if it is not ranking for that keyword, if it is natural, if it is places on the first page, or both. So let's say I want let me show you a real campaign. Boca Raton Plumbers Boca Raton. I'm looking for a campaign where I did a search for. Looks like I have a filter on. You see, I had a filter on. That will happen once in a time, that you say what is going on, and then it filter on that keyword and nothing was showing. So here you see certain columns. The company name, the email. You can set up that screen in columns, and here when you click on columns you can say I'm not interested in the social links, so I uncheck Facebook and Twitter. And now those columns are not showing anymore. But let me put them back. And now I have everything shown. Then you can say I can select all emails, so all the emails get selected to send to that company. So let me deselect all emails. I can click on auto select emails. Then there's an algorithm on the back end which select the most likely good email. So you don't need to do that by hand, but if there are more options, it will select the most likely best email. And that is the one I typically use. Okay, then say I don't want 5 options here to show on the screen when I only send one email. So show selected emails, and now I get a cleaner display. And if I want to show everything, then I click on show all emails again. Keyword we just discussed, city. It will show all the cities from that campaign, and I only are interested in Boca Raton, so I select Boca Raton, and now it only selects the companies who have Boca Raton as their city. For Facebook, if you are after social marketing, you can say, I want to know if they have a Facebook link on their website. And actually, I want to know if they don't, because I want them to offer social marketing. So I click on no, and now those companies don't have social links from Facebook on their website, so typically they don't do anything with it. So I'm going to prospect them with my social marketing services. Same for Twitter, same for LinkedIn, and same for Google+. Okay, so let me unselect it. So now, if you after reputation marketing, you can say, I want to help them if they don't have reviews. So I click on more reviews they don't have, absent. Okay, I actually want only prospect companies who have a bad review. So if the worst review is lesser than 3, I'm going to filter on that, and then now those companies have a very bad review. Everybody get that? So that is how you do it. Then there's a lot of you guys who likes to prospect businesses who have yes or don't have a responsive site. So let's say I want to select no, and now now I chose who don't have a mobile, no. So I don't know why it's not showing, but not everybody of them have a responsive site. Then URL. Oh, that is probably if they have a website or not. So if they have a website, click on yes. If they don't have a website, click on no. So those are the companies who do not have a website. Then on the origin, you can say, I want to filter on if they are found on a certain way, via ads, via banner, that is like restaurants, Google show them in a banner. Home Advisor, you can select the companies where you enter the domain name, maps, organic, and places. Then this overview, you can say includes with no email, and if you select campaign results only, did reverse back if they only found via this campaign. Then there's another setting, hide companies. So big companies which have typically a lot of pages on their website, and it's hard for us to go after them. It's hard for us to say, I want to market for a business directory. So there's a setting, mark search, so I look at 100 pages for the business information. And if a website has more than 300 pages, now that company is too big. That just dilutes my quality of my campaign. And it automatically hides those companies, and you will not target them via email. You can also select those companies by selecting this and click on this X box, or going here, the small X, and then it select them. So that is basically the campaign screen. Now there's one more thing. That is how you start the campaign. So let's say I out-select emails, then start campaign. Then it shows before you send them, you have 39 companies selected, and the email template is used Sales Dynamite. If I would click on start email this campaign, it would send that email to 39 companies. Then I can pause campaign while it's running. So I don't know, there might be you are too busy, or the program is messed up, or you connected to the wrong email template or whatever. You can pause that. Export we already showed, but you can export specific results in the CSV, and most time you want to select CSV and comma displayed, or you can click on local team check. Okay. So the next step is stop campaign, when you want to stop a campaign. And then you can also resume a campaign which you have paused or stopped. And then you can enter the demo URL. So that is more or less the campaign screen, the campaign screen. So let me go back to the presentation and see where we at. One second. Okay. So let's see where we at. We say social Facebook. Facebook, yes or no. Twitter, yes or no. LinkedIn, Google+. Reviews, absent. If they use, you can filter on the worst review. Mobile, yes or no. URL, yes or no. Origin, where the company information was found. You can say include with no email, so that's the overview screen, and hide companies. Can we also find how long they have been in business? No. So do I add the demo URL token to the letter and then add it when I start the campaign? No, before you export, you need to enter the demo URL, because you need to upload that also to the website, and that is how they are connected. Thanks, Leonard. Sales Dynamite only accepts CSV files from local-based search. Is that correct? No, that is not correct. It also accepts other CSV files, but if you want to use BizLead Finder to send those emails, then you need, of course, BizLead Finder. So that's for the price from $12 per month. I think there's almost no reason not to use BizLead Finder. Are the emails in Lead Finder Jack text or HTML? They are both, but we will come to the email section. Okay, I must have missed it when I did. Okay, so now the demo URL, you have to. Can I add companies manually? You can add domain names, but you cannot add companies manually. What's your delivery performance for emails? So let me jump to the emails, okay? What is the next topic? Campaign screen. We already did that. Start campaign, pause campaign, export, stop campaign, resume campaign, and demo URL. Now the next screen we're going to cover is company screen. Company demographics information, company email and website, sent emails overview, notes section, email addresses, reviews, other information, export, and Whois information. So that is all in the company screen. Let me switch to Lead Finder Jack. And either there are two ways how you go to the company screen, is click here on company, or on the campaign screen you see that blue eye, and say, I want more information about this company. You click on the I and you go directly to this company information. You see the name of the company, the website, the email, the address, the zip code, the phone number. You also see if there is sent emails, so the email history. You can enter here notes. You can see all the overview from the email addresses and where they have been found, that email, where it has been found. If that company had reviews, it will show them here. And on the other information, you will see a lot of information where things have been found or other notification. So you can also select a company, then you click on campaign, barber, and let's say I have nowadays. So Supercuts, click on OK, and there's not a lot of information related to that. So you can also jump to the next one, and that's what I was looking for. Now I have selected a company, and you see the overall score is 3, the worst one is 1, and the number of views is 4, and they have been found on Google+. So it gives you in detail information about the company. And the best part is I can add notes to it. And say after I have prospected that company, I sent emails, but I don't want to stop more emails to them. You just click on stop. So you say I want to stop emails, then this company will not get more emails. Another method for that is, and we're going to cover it a little bit later, you can also get that email address by double clicking in the field, or here. You copy it, you go to emails, and you go to no contact, you add that email, and now that company will never get an email, because that email is set, don't contact that company. So you can export this company information, and if you don't have an email and you really want an email, you can try the Whois information. This is not made automatically, this is just made manually, because most Whois sources don't want you to take the Whois email. So it's up to you if you want to do that. So that is the detailed information about the company. So it's a lot of information, and give you a brief, a good overview where everything has been found, and explain you about that company. You can search for the company on this screen, and you can say this company, it's like Home Depot. I can click on hide company, and this company will not show anymore in the campaign screen. So let me go back to the presentation. So campaign screen where the reviews are, other information, export, and Whois information. Any questions about that? Will this work on a Mac? For a Mac you need an emulator, or you need, I saw a very good on the cloud PC service for $20 per month. So if you think I don't want to install an emulator on my Mac, for $20 a month, you have a PC which you can use for many purposes. And what you want to do is you want to connect it, also install Dropbox, and you want to install Dropbox, and then you can easily exchange files. So I will, in the Facebook group, I will show that that source. maybe I missed this, but can I tell which business have video on their site? No, that is not one of the search thing. That might come in the future, but it is not yet. It's on a to-do list. So let me jump to the next one. I understand there's a lot of content you guys get. It's all recorded. So are you guys ready for the next thing, or you want to take a break? Go for it, okay? So the next thing is settings. So in the settings screen, you enter the license. You can select the countries you want to target. You can change the skin, the look and feel. You can set a schedule when you want to start sending the emails every day. There are other settings like large companies, advanced settings, default tokens, user-defined tokens, company user fields, and show the log file. So let me go again to Lead Finder Jack. To settings, then the first thing you want to do is check your license email. So you want to enter your PayPal email address. With your PayPal email address with BizLead Finder, you have the full version. Okay, then you want to pre-select your country. So maybe you only want to prospect in one country, and you select that country, and you can also set which country you want to target by default. Then the user data is your data, which you can use in the email template as a token. You can also have default tokens. So if you use a token in the email template and that content is not available for that company. So let's say I use in my email template company first name. And if that company first name is not available, it will show Joe. But I can also say, hi, Mr. So then if it is no hi, the Joe is not really available in the company information, it will show hi, Mr. And so is all other information the same. You can company user fields. You can also say, I want to add tokens. I have a special reason why I want to have an extra field in the token. Let's say test. So let's say special link. I can add that, and now I'm closing that. When I go to company information, you see a special link, and I can enter here information. So you can add here information to it. So if you go to the email template, and you see a company user field, you see a special link. And if you click on that in the template and put token, you see now that field has been entered. So it's a little bit advanced. Not all, most of you don't need to use that, but that's possible. Go back to settings. The same is for user-defined field. So let's say I want to have fields related to the user data. I can add that. Let's say Jack info. And now I can, every time I can add some information, like say local marketing. One second. And modify that. Oh, modify that. One second. your local marketing in your town. Click OK. Close that. Then I go to the emails. I go to user defined fields and you see Jack info. So if I would click that add token, it would show that information with that token every time. So go back to settings. If you don't like the skin or you want to do make your own, you can say manage skin and you can select another one. Now the look and feel is different. You see that? So if you are create another one, there's a lot of settings where you can change the look and feel. I don't use that. I like the skin how it is, but that is possible. Modify schedule. So if you do email template, if you do email template, then you can say every day I want them to start a new series of 100, 200 or 400 emails. You can upload a logo. We already discussed the large companies. Max search is 100, so it searches 100 pages and then after those 100 it jumps to the next company. And if it finds 300 or more URLs on that page, on those 100 pages, it will say, ho ho, this is a big company, I don't want to market to it. Then if we ask you, hey, there's a problem with your software, upload log files, you click on this and then the log files from Lead Finder Jack is going to our server and we can look close to it. And if you say, I want to know where the log files are located, if there are problems, to send them to the user support, you go to settings and click on show log files, and then it goes to a folder where the log files are located, which you can copy and paste in the user support ticket. So those are more, you know, you can see show license. I don't know if you guys see that, where which license you have at the moment. And if you can click to plans, if you want to upgrade your version. You can either do it within the software or you can do it one of the links. So the Pro, Enterprise and the BizLead Finder, and it will show which features are included. And on the bottom, if you don't have it, will show a paper link. So let me go back to the presentation. Settings, large companies, advanced settings, default tokens, user-defined tokens, company user fields, show log files. Okay, so that concludes the settings. Anybody has a question about the settings? What are the dimensions for the logo? It will show in a real size. So if you add a large logo in the emails, then it will show a large logo. If you upload a small logo, it will show a small logo. Okay, let me take a sip of water before we continue. Reference user is something what is coming. Can tokens be made clickable? I think if you use defined tokens and you enter an HTML as a link, it will be clickable. Everything you are showing us comes with default sets, correct? Yes. And this was my concern, that you guys think I need to do a lot of things. No, you don't need to do a lot of things. Okay? I showed you in the beginning what you need to do for Sales Dynamite Jack. There's almost nothing. But there's so much possible. Okay? So there are 140,000 English words you don't know. And you just speak fine English. So let me go to the next. Emails. So emails contains templates, dashboard, settings, tracking, blacklist, and no contact. So let me go over that. And that is the last part, so we're doing good. So templates. You can create a new template, you can modify an existing template, and you can delete an existing template. So delete is actually pretty easy. You select the template and you just click on remove. You can also jump here to the autoresponder, where you can select, see the campaign name and which keywords are used. So you can test an email. So if you select the email and you click on test email, you enter the email address where you want to receive the email. That email with default tokens will get sent to that test email. If that is a problem to receive, then most of the time there's something wrong with the email template, or in settings where you set up the mail server is something wrong. So if you have the BIS version, you can add multiple servers, mail servers, and you can modify settings. These are the same settings which you use like in Outlook. Or you can add a new mail server. And let's say you want to do Gmail. Then it gives you detailed information how you add that email. Google is kind of a little bit hard because you have to in and outlog and outlog Gmail to confirm that a third party is okay to send via your Gmail account emails, but it's well possible. If you emails get sent drip feeded, so that the email account doesn't get overloaded. So if you have multiple email accounts set up, it sends those emails faster. Back to the templates. So create is simple. You click on create. You give it the name webinar demo. Then you have options. You can add it in HTML. You can add it in source. So now if you are familiar with HTML code and you want to do special things, you can select it. I want to see the source code. And if you have been using tokens, let's say user first name, user last name, and I want to see if the tokens are working well, then you see resolve tokens. It will show your user first name and user last name. Okay. Most time I have selected edit HTML. Now there are many tokens, and several we already discussed. So special tokens are user first name, user last name, user company, user address. You see those user, and if you remember well, they were in settings, you know. Those it will take those token information. You can click on modify, or you can double click on the email template. So now you have company first name, company last name, which either has been found by Dig Deep for that company, or if that information is not available, remember it will use those default tokens information. You got it? So either use the default information if it is missing, or it use the real value. Then you can show the keywords. If you say I'm after SEO and I want to show the keywords where I have been looking for, you can insert an image in the email template. You have to search on your computer where that image is. You can specify the width and the height and make sure that you keep the ratio. If that is for some reason that image is not showing in the email in Outlook or so, then you can show alternative text. So that will happen a lot. Not everybody has image showing enabled, and you can also do a preview. You can insert the information about the ranking. So if you want to show automatically how they rank, you can show that result. You can enter a hyperlink. So if you want to show a hyperlink, a URL, and with text, then it will show that certain text from the hyperlink. You can show the social results that you found via Facebook and those other. A very popular one is email track. So you can show, I do this all the time, open track invisible image, but you can also track a certain link, and you can also track if an external image. Bad reviews. So if you after reputation marketing, you can insert the bad review, and here this one will show the worst review what Lead Finder Jack has found. So if they have 5 reviews and 4 of them were good and 1 is bad, it will show that bad review. Then the demo URL, which we use for Sales Dynamite Jack. Okay, and let's say I want to remove the social link, so you click on social and click on remove, or you just delete it. Then we already covered user-defined tokens, and we already covered the company-defined tokens. And another thing what you can do is you can upload an attachment. Let's say you have a white paper or something like that. You can attach that white paper to the email. So let's take a break, have some questions about this section about email template. Can the emails be tested previewed? Yes. So you go to select that email. You can click on test email and it gets sent in your email template. And if you do resolve tokens, then it will show pretty good how the email will show. What is the difference between user-defined and company-defined tokens? So in settings, you can use defined tokens, you can add information about, you do always the same footer or something what is specific related to you, to the user. With company information, you can say, I want a field what is related to that company. You specify that field and then you go to company, and if you have specified that field, it will show this with that company. What is the best way to have a default signature? You know, you don't have that many email templates, so I just do always copy and paste. And actually, if you go to the email templates, you will see that you don't want to put a long signature in it. You just want to put your name and your phone number. That's it. If you come across like a big corporation, you have a lesser chance that they will call you. So let me jump to the next topic. Can I use SendGrid email server? Yes, you can. SendGrid wants to know where you got the emails from. So that's a little bit... So don't forget to say that the email template has to be put in Notepad first. So if you download email templates from everything, you want to put it in Notepad so all the styling is erased. You don't want to copy and paste from Word. That doesn't work. And every time when you want to use a token, it has to be inserted inside the email template. You cannot, so if I would do user state, this would not work. You have to put your cursor and click on the token. Okay, dashboard. The dashboard will show which emails have been sent. You can say remove all pending emails, so if something is wrong or whatever, you can click on that button. Remove selected emails, so let's say I don't want to show this, and this one get erased. And if there's something suspended, then suspend pending emails. Okay, lift suspension. So it also will show waiting to be sent, so how many emails are in the queue, how many emails have been sent, your daily limit probably shows 400, and sent today. So that is your dashboard. Settings. So in the settings you define your mail servers, very important. I would at least two, I would do a couple. You can also, one of them can also be Leadfinder Jack. So add mail server and use our server, Leadfinder Jack. You can almost nothing to enter. In a sender email, you want to use only lowercase emails. Okay. Tracking. So you can here in this overview you can see which emails has been opened. You can filter on date, open on link. You can see, you can filter with campaign. Has been you want to show the emails, you can click on settings, and in those settings you can now send an alert to that email address where if I got something opened, alert with sound, so you can give a sound alert when something happened with the tracking, alert on the desktop where you want to show it on your desktop, and alert with the beep, the standard beep. Blacklist. So in blacklist you want to enter emails which you never want to send emails to, like privacy and maybe webmaster, something like that. So even it finds them on the website, it will never send them to that email address. And it doesn't need to be privacy at Yodel. It can also be at privacy. Privacy. And every email what contains privacy, it can be privacy at domain 1, privacy at domain 2, it will not send emails. Then no contact. So if you have sent out emails and somebody said, I don't want to receive more emails. So what an easy thing to do is you go to no contact, you add that email address, email no contact, no contact.com, whatever. Then none of the email no contact will never get sent. Okay, so that's an easy way to stop emailers. In the footer from the email template, you want to include something. If you don't want to receive any more emails, please reply, and you will get taken off the list. In a month or so, we will include a link, an unsubscribe link, which automatically unsubscribe that company from your campaign. So that is coming. This actually covers all the email part. Let me go back. Let me open the presentation, see if I covered everything. Templates, dashboard setting, tracking, blacklist, no contact. We covered create, modify, remove, default, autoresponder that you can send multiple email addresses. We covered USA, test email. We covered emails, templates, modify, create. So the HTML. You can saw the source code. Resolve tokens so that you can show how a real email is looking. You can upload an attachment. We showed you special tokens. The emails dashboard, overview, send emails, remove all pending emails, remove selected emails, suspend sending emails. Email settings, modify settings, add mail server, delete mail server. Emails tracking, very important, date, campaign and settings. Email blacklist, so let's say like privacy and those kind of emails. You can add them, delete them, import them, you can filter on it. Settings, we already covered that. I think that's it. Oh, there is one section in Lead Finder. Frigus asked question, which has been implemented, but we haven't updated that much. Help section, which is about 50% done. Tutorials, and that is what I wanted to discuss with you guys. You are live. Do you think you like this webinar? And I would cut those how-to emails, put them here in this section. You always can have a quick look. They are not perfect, but I think they will, it will be very helpful to do a quick search about a certain topic. So that I will do that once those how-to videos are ready. So as I know, they are not, as you know, they are not perfect, but they give a good information. So now we are 1 hour and a half on the way, and I can answer some more questions. I understand it is Sunday. So translation of the trainings would be helpful. That is too much work. So I don't have time for that. If you want to make them, that's fine. How do you add a niche token? How do I add a niche token? I don't know if that exists. Emails, templates. So I don't see that as an existing token. How do you have a recommendation of how many emails to send out a day? At least 100. So I would send out at least 100 per day. You need, so that comes back to how many time do you need to spend on prospecting each day? How much time do you need to spend on prospecting? So if you want to spend at least 1/3 of your daily time, okay? So if you work 5 hours a day, you want to spend at least 1 hour a day on prospecting. If you don't have a new client, you will not reach your goals. So having prospecting for new clients is very important. You have to fill up that pipeline every day. Do you have any training like this for Call Tracker? Actually, if you like those kind of training I did for Sales Dynamite Jack and Lead Finder, I can do the same for Call Tracker. Karen said, please. Is it legal to collect emails this way in the USA? To my knowledge, yes, but you need to add a way that they can unsubscribe. I have purchased Call Tracker and have no idea how to use it. So it sounds like you guys have interest in how-to training in the Call Tracker. So I know Lead Finder Jack training today went pretty fast because we had to cover a lot of topics. I understand that. What we just did is we went through 20 books of English dictionary. So you only need to know one book. That is what we started with, the Sales Dynamite Jack. But hopefully, once you need a certain thing, you can go back to the how-to training under tutorials, okay? And if you like this training, we can do this more often. And every time, you know, you will learn a little bit more about it. So Ed said it was an excellent webinar. Lead Finder is unbelievable. Thank you. So because it is Sunday, let's don't make it too long today. Let me work on the replay so that people who missed the 8 o'clock webinar, they can see the replay. We have Tuesday another chance to ask questions, and then we can handle you know, this or other questions. So thank everybody. What I would like you to do is go to Facebook group and leave an impression what you found about this training, so other members will see what they can expect. And I wish you a nice Sunday, if it is Sunday, or Monday, if it is another time zone. And thanks all you guys. Tuesday is 8 p.m. EST. So thank you so much for attending, and like to see you. Today there's no 8 p.m. webinar. That is skipped. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Thank you so much.